Greetings and salutations, my favorite gaming and nerd enthusiasts alike. I am Django the Loot Goblin, and we're playing... Woo! I've had this for a little while. And I've been sitting on this, waiting for the right moment to play this. I was debating whether to play the first one and the second one. However, I very much prefer the second one. I love them both equally. The second one is my favorite. With that being said, here we go. And I'm going to be quiet for once.
At last. I must say I'm disappointed in your progress. I imagined you'd be here sooner. Tell me, did it trouble you to murder your brothers?
Did it trouble you when you ordered me into the abyss?
Eternity is relentless, Raziel. When I first stole into this chamber centuries ago, I did not fathom the true power of knowledge. To know the future, Raziel. To see its paths and streams tracing out into the infinite. As a man,
I can no longer contain such forbidden truths. But each of us are so much more than we once were. With all your soul, we have become like gods. Oh, this dialogue!
Are we not indivisible? As long as a single one of us stands, we are legion. Our futures are predestined. Mobius foretold mine eons ago. We each play out the parts fate has written for us.
Free will is an illusion.
I found the tomb of Sarafan King. How could you profane
A priest and I turn him into a vampire. How could I not?
One must
We'll keep his friends close, Raziel, and his enemies even closer.
Who better to serve
Those whose passions transcends all notions of good and evil.
Sarafan was seized, defending Nosgoth from the
From the
corruption.
corruption we represent. My eyes are open, Kain. I see no nobility in the unlife you rudely force onto my unwilling corpse. You may have uncovered your past, but you know nothing of it. You think the Sarafan were noble? Altruistic? Don't be so simple.
Their agenda was
And they were the same as ours.
You nearly had me, Baziel. But this is not where
Oh, how it ends.
fate promises
There's more twists before this drama unfolds completely. I wonder if anyone can tell I'm a fan of this series. Redeemer and Destroyer, on and Messiah. Welcome, time-span soul. Welcome to your destiny. I'm not gonna take the mick out of this. I'm gonna say this. This game is a masterpiece. You dare challenge me?
Where am I? Is the usual question. In your case, when might be more apt?
Very well, you old snake.
If you'd prefer I use my bare hands.
Well, this is
Oh!
completely
Oh!
unexpected. This orb disables
Oh, so I can
all of
change
our
it from the old
enemies,
graphics
leaving them helpless and incapacitated.
to the new one.
Strangely, it seems to have the same effect on that peculiar weapon of yours. But you must believe me. I mean you no harm.
You can drop the benevolent facade, Mobius. I know who and what you are. I shall kill you where you stand.
Perhaps you should, my boy. But you don't.
Are you so certain of that, Mobius?
My role as Time Guardian affords me a certain level of omniscience, Raziel. No, you don't kill me. That honor belongs to your maker, Kain, some 30 years from now.
You two
You are a
pair.
pair. You're just as fatalistic as he is.
Death comes for us all, Raziel. It's just a matter of time.
How is it that you know my name? We have never met.
On the contrary, Raziel, I know you very well. And it grieves me to see how cruelly Kain has used you. I knew you when you were one of the Sarafan Brotherhood, Raziel. We were even close.
Oh, please.
Fortunately, you need not love me now to be my ally.
Are we
Are we
within the
in the stronghold of the Seraphim priesthood?
Yes, but the glorious days
God, I
of
know the
Sarafan
dialogue of the
are past,
back of my hand.
I'm afraid. This is a more cynical and indecorous age. My mercenary army now inhabits this stronghold. We strive to honor the memory of the Sarafan with our own humble crusade.
Is this the vampire Vorador?
Yes, the scourge of the Circle, the most depraved and decadent example of his whole degenerate race. He slaughtered 6 of my fellow Guardians as they cowered defenseless in this room.
And you somehow survived this massacre?
I and 2 others. The Circle was devastated. Only we 3 were spared.
How convenient. You'll forgive me if I don't naively devour every scrap of information you toss me. You have a reputation for deceit.
And who has slandered me so? Your malefactor, Kain? The one who betrayed and destroyed you? Our common enemy? Consider the source before you judge me too harshly. We'll forget about rekindling our old friendship, but consider an alliance based on our common ground. We both want Kain dead. I can help you do it.
You don't want to meddle in this, old man. I know all about your sordid little schemes, but you're simply out of your depth on this one.
You underestimate me, Raziel. Let me show you. Even now, Kain is lying in wait for you, unaware that I've snatched you out of the time stream and brought you here to me. See how he lingers at the very pillars he is destined to destroy, foolishly confident that he has eluded your grasp.
The pillars are still standing in this time.
Yes, Raziel. They are the embodiment of the divine force which preserves the life of our world. We who serve the pillars maintain their delicate balance, and Kain is destined to be the fulcrum upon which that balance turns. I believe you have already endured the wasteland wrought by his terrible, selfish decision. Kain's very existence is a cancer upon this world. As long as he lives, all of Nosgoth is in peril. You may never again be human, Raziel. But you can re-embrace the essence of your humanity and the nobility of your Sarafan heritage. Go to him, Raziel, and end this. But first, you will need to find your way out of the stronghold, and in this, I'm afraid I cannot help you. My soldiers will not understand your appearance here. They will try to kill you. You needn't fear them, of course. They're no match for you. Try to keep the casualties to a minimum. But Do what you have to do. All great movements require a few martyrs.
Alone now, I surveyed my surroundings and noticed a second time-streaming chamber. Its entrance identical to the first, but with one distinction. That crystal was significant, but how, I had not yet discovered.
Right, cool. Yes, we're finally in the gameplay. So we can't actually leave where we came from yet. We have to uncover what Kain's up to. Oh, cool, they actually tell us the actual buttons in this version. Cool. I have played a bit of this before, quite a bit of it before, but I chose kind of... Alright, come on. Come on. Give me your soul. Yum, nom, 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 nom. On guard. Up in the air you go. And off with your head, be you, sir. Get strapped in, folks. This is going to be one hell of a long ride. Come on. Come on, come on. Batter up and give me the food. Milady. I like that battle axe. Give me that axe. Give me. How do I fucking drop this? It's been so fucking long. You're not getting away. Oh, it's been so fucking long. Oh, that's right. You gotta crouch. Then press square. That's right. That's right.
Throughout the stronghold, I discovered evidence of my former nobility and my life as a Seraphim priest. This was the heritage
so forcibly stolen from me.
Kain raided my sacred crypt and defiled me.
Come back, you fucking Brock Sampson lookalike. Come on, you bootleg. Get here. Come on. Hit me. 99. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. And my dog decided to come in the room. No. Oh, it's so polite that you all don't come at me at once. Hello? You missed. Up in the air. I used to play these a lot on my own. My old man. Ah, the first fucking use of this. Oh, yes, we're back in the spirit world. Alright, cool, we're in the spirit world. So we can use it to actually go phase through things. And when we see these, we can do this. Go back to the physical plane.
Away from the influence of Mobius's cursed staff, I could feel the strength of the Soul Reaver slowly returning. If that orb was as debilitating to vampires as it was to the blade, it gave Mobius a powerful advantage over his enemies. I finally understood how Mobius's crusade could decimate the vampires so successfully. If he could immobilize his enemies, they were at his mercy. Why, I wondered, would the staff have any effect on the Reaver?
Oh, I am definitely outnumbered. Right, at this minute, whenever I use the Soul Reaver, if I get hit, I lose the Soul Reaver. See? I did that on purpose. Ah, my fucking... You took my liver! It's a good thing I'm an undead corpse. Bollocks. I forget the controls in this game. What the fuck? Why? Oh yeah, block. Why do I fucking forget on the block button in every game I play? Stop button mashing, Alex. Right through the tits. How you make anyone fucking weak? Go for the tit. That's cool. What? Oh, whatever. Hello. Oh. Breast that to me. When I was a kid, I actually tried to make this weapon. So, oh, that's right. So even if you block, you actually were fucked. The blade is super overpowered, but you could not take damage. In rooms like this, you are fucking original. Dog wants to go on the bed. Here you go, girl. Who's a good girl? Now, can you not disturb my stream? Lenny, can you be a good girl? That's our rescue girl. Yeah. It's alright, Boo Bear. It's alright. I'm fine. You're a good girl. Good girl. The occasional dog cameo. And good night, Irene! Off with your heads, good sir! You can actually see I can actually still call the Reaver, so if I lost this weapon, the Reaver comes back if I don't lose health. It was a handy mechanic in the original, but it was PS1, so complete different beast.
As I neared the stronghold's inner sanctum, a strange sensation crept over me.
My sword's gone.
An indescribable feeling of displacement, a sense of vertigo, as reality itself appeared to warp and bend around me. The disturbance seemed to emanate from the sanctuary's furthest chapel. As I cautiously approached, the sense of dislocation intensified with each step. So this was the tomb of the beloved King William the Just, beatified here as the martyr and catalyst of Mobius's crusade. I was reminded of Kain's journey as a fledgling vampire, how Mobius coerced him to travel back in history and assassinate William, thus igniting a genocidal hatred of vampires among the citizens of Nosgoth. And here I discovered the source of the displacement. The Soul Reaver itself, laid out like a holy relic, and broken, apparently in the battle between William and Kain. I had not thought such a thing was possible, until, of course, Kain shattered the blade against me when he tried to strike me down. Thus, the captive spirit inhabiting the Reaver was released, and binding itself to me became my symbiotic weapon. And so the Reaver met its former self, still imprisoned in this corporeal shell. I watched, mesmerized, as the Wraith blade uncoiled itself and snaked down the length of the physical blade. Embracing its twin, its mirror self, the Reaver's long-dormant spirit was now fully aroused, and for the first time, I felt the true presence of this other entity, willful, ravenous, and deranged from thousands of years of imprisonment. The Reaver was now in command, and I, now merely its helpless host, felt my soul being leached to restore the blade. But the Reaver knew better than to destroy its host, and just as I neared the brink of oblivion, the blade released its hold on me. As I recovered, I realized we were now bound together in a fragile alliance. The Reaver no longer merely my symbiotic weapon, but a sentient parasite competing for control.
What have you done to me, Mobius? Is this your trap? How am I?
Don't forget it was Kain.
Kain who led you here, not I.
While you
Curse me.
the only soul in
Northgard ready to guide you and assist you in last at our folly and revealed in your dying.
These blades, now coiled in sinister embrace, have inspired terror in the hearts of creatures far more durable than you, old man.
Bonk. Just flicks his head.
I can only imagine what they could do to your soul's fragile shell.
Raziel, I beg you to stay your hand. This was none of my doing. I have sought only to aid you in your righteous quest.
Why, you're trembling, Mobius. Has your confidence abandoned you? You seem to have made a fatal error by leaving your precious staff behind. Is that where all your courage comes from?
Listen to me, Raziel. You don't know what you're doing. I have taken an enormous risk by appearing here before you, so defenseless, yet eager to prove my good intentions. If there's anything left of the Seraphim in you, you won't do this. While you threaten me, your true enemy eludes you.
Don't concern yourself.
Yourself with Kain, old man.
He'll join you
in hell soon enough.
As you
You said,
death
comes for us all.
Yes,
The wheel of fate demands it.
What did you say?
the wheel of
The wheel of
fate.
fate.
The inexorable cycle of death
and rebirth to which all men are
compelled.
compelled.
We serve
The same God, Raziel.
To strike me down would be
striking down God's own attendant.
And I don't believe even you
would take that risk.
I tire of your games, Mobius.
Mobius.
Now that I know you fear me, I needn't concern myself
with you.
Kain is waiting for me.
Go then, Raziel. Seek Kain out and destroy him in the name of the one God we both serve. You, who were once a Seraphim priest, murdered, profaned, destroyed, and reborn again from his mercy. You are now his instrument of restoration and retribution.
My own vengeance is motivation enough.
By my soul,
You
almost had me, my little blue assassin. But that'll be the one and only chance you get. I assure you of that.
I could now summon the
blade at will, regardless of my strength.
But once summoned, the blade's
ravenous appetite comes not contained. It devours the souls of its victims.
And if I allowed it to
become over-aroused,
the Reaver
would now turn its hunger on me. So that's pretty simple. You can actually see on the health bar, there's now a little red thing. The more I use it, the more damage it does to me. Handy, it's both powerful as hell, but fuck me, you can get yourself fucked quickly. So you gotta use it sparingly
So
and
this was the
wisely.
legendary Janos
Janos
Aldrin,
Aldrin,
reputed to have been the most ancient
and diabolical vampire to have ever existed.
According to
According to
folklore,
folklore,
he lived high in the cliffs of Nosgoth's northern mountains and preyed mercilessly on the defenseless villages below. His reign of terror ended when the Seraphim finally hunted him down, tore his throbbing heart from his still living body. This relic came to be known as the Heart of Darkness, and was supposedly imbued with the power to restore vampiric unlife. The Seraphim therefore guarded it carefully, lest the heart fall into the hands of their enemies. But I wondered, could Janos Aldrin truly have been as monstrous as depicted here? Or was this merely artistic license by the Seraphim, who sought to lionize themselves by demonizing their darkest enemy?
One of the many themes on this game, how history can be manipulated and changed to best suit the victor. Like I said, this game is not for the faint of heart, and I will carry on the rest of my life saying this. The story? Hello. Hello, they call me John Soul Reaver. And off there you go. Did you see, like, the soul goes straight into the sword? It's now more powerful, but if I get it too aroused, I'm fucked.
Strange how my history came full circle. This chapel, I realized, was a memorial to my former Sarafan brethren and myself. All of us martyred here, and then so cruelly profaned by Kain when he imposed his gift on our noble corpses. For the first time, I beheld the image of my Sarafan self, memorialized here among my fallen comrades. It tortured me to see how noble and pure I had been, and what a vile phantasm I had become. And a profound sense of injury, of loss and betrayal welled up in me, so overwhelming I could barely contain it. All I wanted at this moment was to find Kain and destroy him.
Oh, an ambush. How unfair for you. Ow, my liver! There goes your spleen, and whatever was the rest of your body. Right, let's stop using the Reaver. So we can't go back the way we came. You know what they say? When can't go anywhere, you go up. Oh, I never noticed that. Was that a thing in the original? It actually lights up the area. That's cool. I never actually noticed that before. Nice little detail. World Kain sacrificed to preserve his own petty pride.
Heedless of the profound cost, the sight only deepened my resolve. I sensed that the pillars lay to the northwest, and if Kain truly waited to confront me there, I would not disappoint him.
Fun little fact about me, like, if you actually were interested, this is the game that actually taught me to read. Because I got so bloody interested in the actual story it's the story, the music. Like, when I think of a game, this is, and I want to compare it to, if it's good or not, I will think of this game, or this franchise. Because very few games have a consistency of storytelling, gameplay, and actually it all works, if that makes any sense.
As I passed this arcane landmark, a wisp of the Reaver's energy was drawn into the ring, illuminating it. This created a beacon of sorts in the spirit world. If ever I found myself depleted in the spectral realm, and my soul tossed on the ethereal winds, these beacons would draw me back to safety and restore me.
So, in gameplay logic, that is your goddamn save point, checkpoint. This is very handy. But if you're in a spirit world and you want to use the Reaver, you basically have unlimited use of it. That is your weapon within the spiritual plane. Both handy and very, very necessary. But you can't swim in the celestial world. Which that is, you know, you're a goddamn spirit. You're a wraith. Alonzi!
These ancient obelisks were mysteriously attuned to my spiritual essence. By simply touching the symbol, I could safely preserve an imprint of my soul, and from which I could resume my journey.
So a save point. I like that animation. I have always liked it. It's just simple.
While I had only just escaped the stronghold, I sensed that in time my journey would return me full circle to this place. Infiltrating the fortress, however, would be no small feat. The balcony that had provided my escape was now well beyond my reach, leaving this massive gateway as the only means of entry. The gates were sealed, but like the time-streaming chamber I had seen earlier, their operation was undoubtedly linked to that odd crystal mounted above the entrance.
Here it comes!
I am not an it, madam! Don't assume what I am! I'm a fucking abomination! Nighty-night! Uh-oh. Hello. Can we negotiate? I live, you die. I think that's a fair deal. Nom 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 nom. Tastes like ginger meat. How do I used to do it? Like, there is a way. You can actually fire like spirit bolts as well.
There it is.
Ah, hi, good sir. I see you have a cannon. Oh, that did not go to plan. Oh, did it break? No, it didn't. It's panicking then.
Here it comes.
Bobby, Jerry! When in doubt, button mash. Do you see what I mean about the actual, the Reaver gauge will fucking kill you. But it's super handy. Ow! My spleen! I need the spleen! if you don't fight these quickly, these guys will fucking kill you. Like, when they do their melee, you're fine. But holy crap, if you get shot by one, you are gonna get what? Ghost birds. See, I told you, birds aren't real. They're just tools of the government spying on us. Birds, oh god, fucked up dog. Make a game about that, Peter. Hey dude, have you ever been high? Hello! Good day, sir. Now give me your giblets. I want that on a shirt. Give me your giblets. Someone made that for a shirt for me. I need to get someone to actually make merchandise for the channel. Ah, fucked up dog! Don't fire your balls at me! That's a weekend, it's a Friday! See, birds aren't real. They're part of the government.
These vampires had nothing in common with the deranged jackals I left behind in Kain's derelict empire. They seemed to retain much of their former humanity. In this era, vampires were clearly not the uncontested predators we had been.
I guess you could say they got ahead of themselves.
These creatures were hunted mercilessly and oppressed. And while I still believed that vampirism was a plague and had to be wiped out, there was nothing noble or righteous in this crusade. This was simply ruthless persecution.
I stopped for a second, and I got hit by a goddamn fucked up dog. Right, that's the way we went.
There's one!
Hello! I found it. I found the gun, the weapon. Good day, sir. Open sesame.
The pillars of Nosgoth, pristine, whole, and uncorrupted. I had never beheld them in this undefiled state, yet something profound and indelible resonated within me at the sight. And there, waiting at the very heart of the pillars, was the canker that was destined to destroy them.
I know you're there, Raziel.
Mobius led me to you, Kain, though I might have guessed you'd meet me here.
And if Mobius told you I was hidden on the underside of Hell, would you throw yourself into oblivion to pursue me? Mobius trawls for the ignorant and unwary, hauling his gasping prey from the streams of their destinies. Stay out of his net, Raziel.
Spare me your elaborate metaphors, Kain. I have pursued you here for one purpose. You will pay for your betrayal, and balance will thus be restored to Nosgoth.
And whose will is satisfied then? The will of Raziel or Mobius?
Would I be better manipulated by you, Kain? Now, turn and face me. The chase is over.
This isn't a chase, Raziel. We are merely passengers on the wheel of destiny, describing a perfect circle to this point. We've been brought here for a reason. I've seen the beginning and the end of our story, however, and the tale is crude and ill-conceived. We must rewrite the ending of it. You and I.
Face me, Kain. Even you shouldn't die a coward's death.
Isn't it customary to grant the condemned a final request?
I recall no such courtesy from you.
Indulge me, Raziel. All I ask is that you listen. This is the sublime moment of our undoing, Raziel. The ineffable fulcrum upon which swings the entirety of our history. This is where all of Nosgoth is betrayed. In this instant, Ariel, the Balance Guardian, is murdered by dark forces bent on overthrowing the Pillars. Her spirit is just now tearing free, lost in the ether, trying to find its way here. You have already seen how she comes to haunt these Pillars.
Bound here by your refusal to die. You are the reason this land becomes diseased. As long as you remain alive, you condemn Nosgoth to an eternity of decay.
Be still, Raziel. See this. As Ariel dies, I am being born to take her place as Balance Guardian. Such is my destiny.
My God.
At the moment of my first cry, Ariel's beloved, the Guardian Nutraptor, finds her corpse. Racked with grief and tormented by suspicions of treachery, Nutraptor plunges into a madness which overflows and infects all of the Guardians who are symbiotically bound, including me. The repercussions of Ariel's assassination were expertly calculated. The entire circle descends into madness, and I am tainted at the moment of my birth, instantly rendered incapable of fulfilling the role destiny has prepared for me.
Shall I show you the same mercy you showed the rest of the Circle, then? You blithely murdered them to restore their pillars, yet your hand faltered when it came to the final sacrifice. What makes you exempt, Kain? You're merely the last man standing. Why condemn me for simply carrying out what you hadn't the courage to do yourself?
Let's drop the moral posturing, shall we? We both know there's no altruism in this pursuit. Your reckless indignation led you here. I counted on it. There's no shame in it, Raziel. Revenge is motivation enough. At least it's honest. Hate me, but do it
Do it honestly.
30 years hence, I am presented with a dilemma. Let's call it a two-sided coin. If the coin falls one way, I sacrifice myself and thus restore the pillars. But as the last surviving vampire in Nosgoth, this would mean the annihilation of our species. Mobius made sure of that. If the coin lands on the reverse, I refuse the sacrifice and thus doom the pillars to an eternity of collapse. Either way, the game is rigged.
We agree, then, that the pillars are crucial and must be restored.
Yes, Raziel. And that's why we've come full circle to this place.
So after all this, you make my case for me. To end this stalemate, you must die so that new Guardians can be born.
Pillars don't belong to them, Raziel. They belong to us.
Your arrogance is boundless, Kain.
There's a third option. A monumental secret, hidden in your very presence here. but it's a secret you have to discover for yourself. Unearth your destiny, Raziel. It's all laid out for you here.
You said it yourself, Kain. There are only two sides to your coin.
Apparently so. But suppose you throw a coin enough times. Suppose one day it lands on its edge.
I love this game. I don't need to do that.
I didn't know what impulse stayed my hand, why I had so willingly allowed Kain to escape me when I had pursued him for so long. I had no reason to trust Kain after he had valued me so little, and yet I found myself intrigued by his words. I had been too cruelly used to so gullibly play his pawn, but if this world truly had secrets to divulge, I was determined to expose them.
Hello. I'm gonna call you Bertha. Come here, Bertha.
From the moment of my arrival, I had the constant and palpable sensation of being watched. Someone, it seemed, was keenly interested in my presence here.
Who could it be?
From the look of it, this door had been sealed for centuries. I began to realize it was no mere coincidence that I found myself standing here, beneath this winged figure with blue skin and cloven hands so like my own, and bearing this unique key.
It's a keyblade!
With a sense of gravity and trepidation that I unsealed that ancient door and crossed the threshold.
Once again, into the breach of madness. These things used to creep me out. They still do. Oh, that's right, you can't, they're not actually, they're literally shadows.
As I entered the chamber, I sensed that it had been sealed for hundreds, perhaps thousands of years. And while this room was clearly built when the pillars were erected, I knew that no human hand could have shaped this place, and that perhaps it had never been seen by human eyes. The surrounding murals depicted a winged race, their features so like my own, but beautiful, where mine were grotesque, and angelic, while mine were demonic. I tried to decipher these images. A great war, but with combatants like none I had ever seen. The pillars, raised by this winged race, who thus defeated their adversaries. The winged beings again, writhing in agony, apparently afflicted with the same bloodthirst I had so recently suffered. And throughout the chamber, inscribed everywhere, images of the Reaver itself. Was this what Kain had urged me to discover? I wondered.
Lies, Raziel.
You're not calling that you? Ah, it's just Cthulhu.
Do not be deceived.
Ah, my ancient benefactor. And I dared to hope we had parted ways forever. Silence was refreshing, but it lasted. No doubt you have a conveniently inexpressible reason for your presence here?
Do not be insolent, Raziel. I am eternally present here and everywhere, now and always. I am the still center of the turning wheel, the hub of this world's destiny.
But perhaps not so omnipotent as you'd have me believe. Your hold on me appears to be tenuous. I no longer seem to need you. Yet I'm guessing you still need me.
This impudence is unworthy of you, Raziel. Do not forget that you have a task to fulfill here. You are indebted to me.
Indebted? You would have me show gratitude for a gift I didn't ask to be bestowed. Do you forget that you forced me to inhabit this vile carcass?
I restored you to yourself, Raziel. It was Kain who destroyed you. The very enemy you've just let slip through your grasp. Do not fail me, my servant.
I serve no one. Not you, not Kain, and not your lackey Mobius.
Mobius is my good servant. I have many.
And if I tell Mobius that he's worshipping a giant squid, do you think his faith will falter?
You have grown willful, Raziel.
I think so.
But beware. To embrace a serpent is to invite poison into your heart. Kain is a sinuous beast. He will seduce and deceive you. You pride yourself on your free will, yet you let that degenerate deter your resolve.
I harbor no illusions about his integrity, nor anyone else's. In fact, I am beset by manipulation on all sides. I merely seek the truth.
These are the fathomless truths, Raziel. The agony of birth and death and rebirth. This is the wheel of fate, the purifying cycle which sustains all life. An abomination, a plague which leeches this land of its spiritual strength. They obstruct the flow of life and death. Their souls stagnate in their wretched corpses. But the wheel must turn. Death is inexorable and cannot be denied. Your destiny is irresistible, Raziel. You are my soul reaver, the scourge of the vampires, reaper of their apostate souls. Remain steadfast. End the vampire's parasitic curse, and restore Nosgoth. Kain's blood belongs on your hands.
Kain indeed deserves to die, for condemning me to this repugnant form. But if and when I kill him, it will be for me alone to decide.
Kain destroyed you without a flicker of remorse. He tore the soul from your noble corpse. And after you had served him faithfully for 1,000 years, he discarded you in the abyss on a jealous whim. Remember your rage, Raziel. Let it guide your hand.
Right, I think this is time to actually save. And I think that's also where we end today's video. Purely because I want to make this last, because this game is so special to me. And I want those who haven't experienced it to experience it. I want to have fun playing with you all with this game. With that being said, this is Luke Goblin signing out. Like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget the slash and usual Soul Reaver on that notification bell. Like, just stab it. Stab it good! Stab it real hard. Anyway, this is Goblin signing out. Later!